Welcome to Love and Bullshit, ladies and gentlemen.
Where we spread the love
and air out the
bullshit. Hello, world.
I'm super excited for these topics. I feel like there's so many different directions that we can go in with this.
Yes. Not even just that, like, you know, it's love and bullshit, like.
And everybody has completely experienced this in some way, shape, or form.
And it's endless. Like, where does it stop? It doesn't stop. There's so much to talk about. I'm sure you've been through a good amount of bullshit, and I have myself. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Love and bullshit doesn't just stop with relationships, though. I mean, love and bullshit, I feel like, is just life in general. You can deal with one of those, the love or the bullshit, with anything. You could love the Big Mac one day, and then
yeah, facts.
and then get a bit, and then decide that McDonald's
meet the vegan life,
right? And McDonald's is no good for you anymore, and you're like, yeah, nah, that's that bullshit.
Yeah, true. true.
But today we're strictly talking about relationships.
Today is all about relationships.
So we're gonna keep it there.
We're gonna keep it there. Love, bullshit, emotions, scars. Jabs, uppercuts, right? It all comes. I mean, not physical. You know, you got to be real specific when you're talking about relationships and jabs and uppercuts. You know what I'm saying? Those are not in mean those ways, but
And so today we decided to go with the topic: no ordinary love.
Yes.
Sade, she was always one of my favorite artists growing up, and you know, that song just resonates in so many ways. So it's just like, and I know, you know, so many different levels to love.
Yes.
And my thing is just like, what is considered unordinary?
What's considered unordinary? And that's deep, because it's like, nowadays, I don't think anything is ordinary. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in today's love world, right?
Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? It's like, when you're calling the weird person, it's just like, well, what makes them weird? Maybe weird to your standards, but it might not be that weird to somebody else.
And but they might know some things that you don't know that cause them to be weird. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that's what it is too.
But so, what do you think? What would you consider unordinary?
To be honest, in today's world, I would consider unordinary. That's deep. Okay. You know, you gotta. So I would consider unordinary real, genuine love.
Really?
Yeah. Like, and when I say that, I mean, like,
that's unordinary to you.
What's regular is to fake it. Right? What's regular is to show you that it's real versus the people that actually work on it to be real. Does that make sense?
But you know what? I don't necessarily think people fake it. See, if you want to go on like a deeper level,
yeah,
when it comes
that's what
to
we're here for.
I don't necessarily think people fake it. I think people just are naive. I think people are just unaware. I think that people don't really understand what love is because they still have to deal with
loving themselves,
which is the first true love.
Makes sense.
And it's so many people in this world that still deal with that, so it kind of makes it a little hard to understand loving someone else, you know?
Nah, I totally get it. It's just, you know, a lot nowadays, you know, look at your artists in the celebrity world, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the love is really just lust at its best. You know what I'm saying? And it's not the real love is not what we see, where these people are like going through it and like working hard to like figure it out. And you know what I'm saying? We do see it on television, but that's television. So, you know, a lot of that is made to give you a certain point of view anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you want to talk about fake, the entertainment world is definitely fake.
Yeah, but see, a lot of think about this too. I mean, I know a lot of people that are in relationships now that don't want to be in relationships. So the reason why I say fake is because they're not. It's not that I'm saying that they're not real to themselves, but they're not being real to what's going on in that particular moment in their relationship. Where it's like, yo, we need to either fix this because it's not going to end right, or I'm just going to stay in this forever just because I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I just think people aren't equipped. Maybe that's what it is. They don't want to, and you get to a point where you get to a stagnant place in your relationship, and you're not equipped to know how to fix it, or what to do.
Yeah.
And people always think that the grass is greener on the other side, but you got to realize that any relationship that you get into, you're going to have those stagnant moments.
Yeah.
You're always going to have those stagnant moments.
The challenge to it is you being mature in these moments, right? And doing what's right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then a lot of those relationships boil down to people getting into the relationship for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
It's always fun and exciting in the beginning, always.
And that's what I meant, partially what I meant when I said the fake too. You know what I'm saying? Because you love this man, but why? Or you love this woman, but why? What drove you there? Was it them? Was it their swag? Was it, you know what I'm saying? What got you wanting to take this to the next step or level?
Yeah, because I really think, and don't get me wrong, I'm not judging anybody, and I have definitely done this myself. I've had my share of lessons in my life, but I feel like people fall in love with the way the person makes them feel versus the person themselves.
Yeah, 100%.
Because there's this thing called unconditional love, and people don't understand what that means when you unconditionally love somebody. So it's like no matter what, not saying that you're going to put up with all of their bullshit and you're just going to deal with like abusive behaviors and stuff like that.
You just can't let go of the care, right?
You know what I mean? Like you want to help this person grow as a person just as much as your partner should want to help you grow as a person. And if your person does make mistakes, depending on the mistake, I mean, of course it's not something that should make you not love them. You're going to love them regardless. But, how do you fix it? How do you deal with it? How do you tackle that situation?
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real.
Somebody that you unconditionally love, you're going to want the best for them. And even if that means the best for them is not you.
Yeah.
How many people can accept that?
That's unconditional love. But I mean, how many people exactly? So they haven't felt that. It wasn't, it is selfish love it's all, I guess it's levels, right? It's a million levels to love. It's like selfish love, unconditional love. Like, you can love somebody so much that you want more for you out of them than you want for them to have for their. So you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to milk them basically. Like, you love them for everything that they can do for you and everything that they are in their world, not for everything that they're trying to do in their world. And
right.
So the conversation is like, it's great because it's just, it can go there. Like,
yeah. So when I think of something that's like, I can't really pinpoint unordinary, because it's like, I feel like there's really no such thing, because it's really all perspective of the person.
Exactly.
Because again, what's not ordinary to you could be perfectly like normal to me.
Exactly. And you know what? It's crazy. Some people like freaky deaky shit, and some people don't. Let's keep it on it. Some people like weirdos, like you said before, and some people don't.
And honestly, it's like I've seen some pretty off the wall things where I'm like, well, okay, I don't get it, and I probably would call it weird. I'm just like, that's really weird, but again, it's not my thing.
Like, are you into like letting people like, so I got a homie
where are we about to go with this?
He's like really into like, tying up his girls and like doing all that kind of stuff. Like, is that like a thing? Is that like tying people up? Like, not everybody wants to be held hostage in their house. I don't give a damn what kind of games you want to play.
I got trust issues.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, what is going on here?
I'll be like,
is that a blindfold? Like,
nah,
no, I don't know.
No.
As soon as you pull out a blindfold on me, I'm gonna be thinking about everything I did wrong in the last 2 weeks.
I got a horror movie playing in my head.
Exactly. Like, where is this coming from?
They about to stab me.
Where is this coming from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? What is it that knows? So yeah, like, it's all about, and it's crazy because once you start dating somebody, right, it's always when you get knee deep into it when you find out the extra shit, right? That's just how the shit goes.
Right.
I mean, a lot of the times you get the signals the signs, they're waving the flags before,
right?
But you're still like, you know.
But we're so quick to judge somebody else's bullshit, and honestly, I mean, we all come with our share of bullshit.
100%.
Now, maybe your bullshit just doesn't mix with my bullshit, and we just need to go our separate ways. Our bullshit just becomes really toxic.
Yeah. Bullshit on bullshit is just like, no, something has to push it under the table. Like, you know, somebody has to cover that.
It's got to be some type of balance between the two people.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, so it really depends. It all depends. I don't think that there's anything that's really not ordinary. If I do have to pinpoint something, it would just be like, you know, that whole opposites attract. If I see, I don't know.
Yeah, like a midget with a. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but whatever.
A little person.
A little person
with a
giant person. Boom, there it goes. Little person.
That's not ordinary, but okay. I guess it works for you guys. Like, let's just say, like, the little person is a guy, and then the woman is in the WNBA.
Wow.
It's like, whoa.
That's
different.
What are you guys into?
But I mean, I've never personally heard of anything like that, but that would be like not ordinary to me.
Love and bullshit.
But there's really no, you know, there's no like not ordinary way to love somebody or be in love. You just
like I said, for me, it would be the actual word love. That's not ordinary. Like the real use of it, the true force behind the sword that came out of the rock.
It's just not ordinary to you.
Like, because you know why? How many people use it to its full power? You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like, how many people actually are tapping 100% into that? Like, people focus more on taking great pictures and posting nice pictures and shit like that.
And that's what they think love is.
You see what I'm saying?
They get caught up in that.
Who got the love sword out the rock? And you feel me? Like, who is taking full advantage of the actual word when you see the person and you know, just everything about it, just the situation is just like, you know that, you know, you can't be without that, and not because of money or, you know, the pictures or clout or anything attached to it, you know what I'm saying? Just a pure I love you and don't see nobody else, it will never see nobody else. That is not fucking something that people are used to.
Yeah, I think that once you get to the point where you understand, because people are always like, I've heard so many conversations with people, with them always saying, well, I feel like I'm being held back, and I feel like this, and I feel like that, and I feel, you know, it's like it's always about them. But I'm just like, honestly, you got to look at it from the other perspective. If you feel like you're being held back in a relationship, and that's perfectly fine, what you have to understand is that you are also holding that person back.
Exactly.
Too. It's not just about you.
Exactly. And you probably don't have no idea how, just like they don't have no idea how you are, right? So it's like, it all goes back to the conversation. Is this love or is this bullshit?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Are we both bullshitting?
Are we both bullshitting? Because if we are both bullshitting, then fuck it, let's both bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We can go get matching shirts. Yours can say bull, mine can say shit, and we can rock out. Like, what are we pushing here? Like
I'm with the shits.
The goal here is you don't make me look crazy, I don't make you look crazy.
And if that works for those two people, more power to you.
That's love in 2021 in my book.
But every relationship is just really up to the two individuals that's in it. Or nowadays it could be 2, 3, 4, or 5 people, however you want to make that work.
You don't know how many times I was given, not even given, right? You don't know how many times I was shown people's pages, Instagrams, TikToks and all of this other shit, like, look at them and da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da, and this is a whole nother conversation, and they post this person and this person posts that person and XYZ, and I'm just looking like, true, But that's just not what the fuck I'm about to do. You feel me? It's just not, because every moment of that is inviting people into your living room. Like, that's just whether that's the intent or not, is it happens. It doesn't matter if you respect it, if you want to agree with it. It doesn't matter. The reality is, it's reality.
Everybody feels like they have a right to your life.
That's it.
Once you put it out there, it's just like we're all entitled to have an opinion.
Yes.
And, you know, everything that goes on in your life, it's just like, oh, I haven't seen you post such and such. Are you guys still together?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, okay.
You haven't seen me post, like.
I'm like, so is that what relationships equate to now? It's like, if you haven't seen me post this person, that they're not in my life anymore.
Exactly. It's like, this is like your MySpace top 8 highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Like I said, it's just really all up to the individuals, what you consider ordinary or not ordinary.
You're right. And for you, Sherell, right? You said you don't know because everything's kind of like, it's all in the air, right?
Right.
Relationships is unordinary, ordinary. Like, of course, what the ordinary is, like the hugging and the kissing and the posting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what the hell would they consider unordinary? Oh, you know what? Once again, unordinary is a woman being treated right to a woman who doesn't get treated right? Unordinary is like, this not ordinary. So even with a guy, like, unordinary is like, okay, I'll tell you this. When they say women don't cheat.
Right.
Right? Is that true?
Of course women cheat. But they say men don't cheat.
Exactly. So it's all a perspective conversation.
But that's just somebody just trying to make fun of the whole situation. It's just like, you know, men and women cheat. It just happens. That's a part of life also. Is
it a 50-50 or it's definitely 50-50? I don't think it's more one. No. What the fuck am I talking about? Fuck no. It's 80-20.
On which side? Which side are you leaning on?
I'm leaning on you guys to be the winners here, and we're like the not shit 80 here.
Hold on, wait. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're the not shit 80.
Yeah,
and the women get the grand prize of having a good solid 20% of y'all that are bullshit, right? Yeah. I would say 20 because you know why? A lot of women, in my personal opinion, are forced into different actions because of how they were treated by other people or the people that they were raised around. So it's like they always, a lot of y'all grow up with the intent of the princess and the princess lifestyle and the we are taught to aim towards marriage. Yeah, aim towards marriage, and you play with dolls and relationships, and so you deal with these conversations a little earlier, just in general, by playing around. And you got to understand the difference in the cheating between men and women. So, they always say men cheat physically. It's a physical thing for men. You know what I mean? Yeah. But women, it's always, it's emotional. Yeah, true. If our emotions are not in it, in the relationship, it'll be easy for a woman to step out. True. When a woman's emotions are involved and she's like in it, she's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be very difficult for her to cheat on her man. It's when she starts checking out emotionally. Facts, because you know why? Because then, because you got to look at that person. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because from a man's point of view, like, sometimes you can view it as just that situation. That's it, and you don't even see anything. There was nothing else to it. Who? Oh, her. Yeah. So about that, right? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So, Mr. Jackson. No more advice. Why do you think men take it so hard when a woman ends up cheating on them, especially if men were cheating the whole time? If it's a man that was cheating the whole time? Because men consider things property. Oh, ego. You know what I'm saying? It's ego. It has, and then this is just me speaking. I'm not speaking for the world, but it's ego. It's like, that's mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? You touch something that I didn't give you authority to touch. Like, what is going on here? Like, that's mine. So do you think that cheating has become an ordinary thing? Yes.
Okay, I can agree.
I mean, it's promoted in everything,
especially with social media.
Yeah, it's promoted.
It's like access.
The music
24/7.
It's like the music is not telling you to be faithful and all of that shit. It's like, hey, just drop $1 on this WAP or come give me some head. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing about. I mean, of course, there's a lot of love music and all that other stuff, but what people have fun with, what we getting TikToks about and everything else.
Like, something completely different.
Wait a minute now. You know that this goes to all the kids, right? Like, there's no filter. I even if there is a filter on TikTok, it's not a filter on TikTok because the music, you know, they don't catch every song.
Right.
And you can upload your own stuff, so the kid can upload the content and whatever. It's all over the place, but whatever.
I think one thing that I've learned when it comes to this relationship thing is just that you're going to go through so many things in life, and, you know, people are going to hurt you, people are going to disappoint you. But it's all really boils down to perspective and how you look at things. Yeah. A lot of those things that happen to you for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yes, you're going to look at the cheating boyfriend as like, he ain't shit. Mm-hmm. And he's such a horrible person. But sometimes a lot of those things happen to you in your life to point out things about yourself.
Yeah.
And people don't see that.
Yeah, because sometimes on either side of the fence, right? It's like, what did you do to make that not work?
Yeah.
Or what was it about you that didn't make it work? Where did the disconnect happen? Like,
and then sometimes we don't look at both perspectives because just like we always are so quick to just write somebody off, but then when we mess up, we want somebody to forgive us.
Exactly. All the time. No matter what. And like you can do something that's like so crazy.
Yeah.
And then somebody does something that's minor, but it's just like in the way at the moment. It's just like.
But you got to understand, you're going to
write you off.
You're going to disappoint somebody in your lifetime too. You're going to disappoint a lot of people.
Facts.
It's not just people disappointing you or hurting you, and a lot of times people may not be out to specifically hurt you. People don't do it on purpose. It's just the decisions that they make are for reasons.
Yeah, exactly. and they don't always include you.
There are lessons that person needs to learn. There are lessons that you need to learn. And
there are things that just happen.
Yeah, there are things that just happen. That's just life. And, you know, some people like to hold on to those things.
Facts.
It's like you have to let it go because there's still so much more of your journey that you have to go. And those lessons that you're taking from that, it's just an experience. It's only to help you further along in life, not to hold on to it, though.
Facts. So you know what I think a major part in mastering relationships would be?
What?
Mastering perspective.
Mastering yourself.
Yeah. But like your thought, your point of view, like how you take in information, how you even take in just, you know what I'm saying, how you end just, because little things, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people get blown off by small things just because they were taken the wrong way.
Right.
When, you know, later on they'd be like, damn, I shouldn't have went off like that. You know, because they sat down and thought about it later. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if people get to learn how to master how they allow things to affect them, holy shit.
No, really, I mean, that honestly is real because, I mean, I have, for example, myself, I've dealt with a cheating boyfriend on multiple occasions, okay, which caused me to have trust issues, which is a whole nother conversation of stuff that I had to deal with and traumas that I had to face in my life. But once I looked at it in perspective, of course, at the time that I was going through it, it's just like, oh, they suck. They're the worst person ever. How could they do this to me? Yeah. Like, I'm so good to you. And then now me looking back at that situation as a whole, I'm like, well, damn. Honestly, let me look at myself. You know what I mean? Because, like, I have to be honest with myself when I say that I saw the signs and I ignored it because I wanted what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I ignored everything else that came along with that. And so with me doing that, that's what came with the territory. Yeah, but then it taught me a lesson. It's just like, all right, Sherell, you know what I mean? Now you know what to look for. You know that you need to put your foot down and stop ignoring those signs.
Exactly.
And that's what I mean by the perspective. It's just like, so I honestly don't have any ill will or like hurtful feelings towards any of my exes.
Good. I hope anybody I've dealt with don't have any towards me either. Like, I don't, have exes like that, so that's good. But I do have, people who can feel some kind of way.
Of course.
I'm sure. Of course I do, but, it doesn't be. It's not done with ill intent.
Of course.
It's like the realest shit I can tell you right now, Sherell, is that when we were in high school and this song came out and it was called I Wish I Can Get Every Girl in the World. Okay? I want you to know that was more than a song.
That was real.
That was a message.
It's like you're speaking for me.
To every teenager.
Male.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you that song really formed beast in young men, and it wasn't even because of the song. It was just like, it was like a wake up call. Like, yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? So then it turns into like, okay, now you competing to see who's gonna get who and all of this, and this competitive nature that we're starting now in school, we carry on to when we're older, and it doesn't even make sense to us doing anymore. It's like, what are you doing, nigga? You're still a teenager. Like,
you get caught up in that cycle.
You get caught up in that chase, in the chase,
and then you're missing the point of like what you're really supposed to be doing in this lifetime.
I wish I can fuck every girl in the world. So you want to keep one and hit the other ones in the process, and I get it. But you have to understand. You gotta understand
that
the booty police will catch you at some point.
Not all.
Social media is the booty police,
but not all. Not all ass is good ass. You might not want to fuck every girl in the world.
You might not, because some will clap back. Clap back at your ass.
Some come with problems that you can't get rid of.
Hey, look, what I'm trying to tell you is careful.
So you might want to rethink that one. It's just like, I don't think you want to fuck every girl in the world.
You be like, hey, cuz, remember back in high school when we was like, we could fuck we wish we can fuck every girl in the world. Yeah. So you remember L, right? Yeah. So that nigga, he tried, bruh.
Yeah, and guess what happened?
And he ain't with us. You feel me? Like, we don't think about none of that.
No.
It's all for the fun. Like, we're not even. So with that being said, like, for me, I didn't go to college. I didn't go that route in life. I did, but I went for like a year and slept in all my classes, but whatever. Anyway, the fact that, you got guys who go from high school to college and then the frat brothers and all of this other shit, this is a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. And me personally, I've only got to experience it on television or when I went to go visit one of my friends in school.
Right.
I could only fucking imagine, Sherell, if I would have fucking went to college, I promise you that I would not be married today. And I would have at least 6 more kids. On God, that is not a game. High school created the beast that I walked out of high school.
Oh my God.
And that was bad. That was really, really bad. You feel me? It took me 20 years to tame that nigga.
I think a lot of men think like you, though. And I think, so that's the thing. So it's like love versus lust. You get so caught up in the lust of it all. You never really pay attention to love.
You know what? I think that on this episode, we're figuring out that the enemy is lust.
No, I'm not gonna go that far.
Is lust the enemy?
It's not.
Lust is the enemy to love.
It's not
lust.
Yes.
Because lust is the best friend to the moment.
If you let it, that's one. So it's all about self-control. Again, learning yourself.
Yeah.
You have to learn yourself. You have to learn how to love yourself. If you truly, truly love yourself, you're really not going to go down that path. That's like a really destructive path.
But a lot of people feel they truly. Damn, this is great because like when we get to have these conversations, it really like because a lot of people don't get to have those conversations with themselves. Like, You know what I'm saying? You said
Yeah.
if you really love yourself, some people think that they love themselves and don't know that they really don't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And it be written on their face sometimes with just
Not
some of the
just
stuff
their
that they
face.
deal with in relationships and, you
Yeah.
know, their actions, like,
The
you
way
know,
that they talk, the things
the way,
that they say.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, damn.
Because, you know, the thing about it is, like, so many people, you always hear, like, oh, I'm searching for love. I'm searching for love. You hear that when you're watching, like, these reality dating shows, or, oh, I'm searching for love. I'm searching for love. That right there tells you a lot. It's like, why are you searching for what's right there in front of you?
Yeah.
And that says it all right there. It's like you already are love. You already are full of what you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Facts.
So why are you searching for it? And it's like the entire world thrives off of that. I'm searching for love. I'm searching for love. I'm looking for love. I'm looking for love.
You know why? You know why? Because we can't put the fucking phones down. We can't turn the fucking TV off. We can't fucking do none of that shit. We gotta be in social media. And all this shit does is paint all of these dumbass narratives that half of these people that are watching it doesn't even apply to. So they just sit there and watch Sweetie and Quavo have a fucking all of this love shit, and then they watch the shit crash. But they see all of these other people bunned up and they have options, and you don't have options. You're just comparing yourself to everything you fucking see versus looking at yourself and figuring out what you are. You see what I'm saying? That's what I feel the fucking problem is.
Yeah.
Turn off the fucking devices and figure yourself the fuck
Because
out.
if you're constantly comparing your life, your love life, your personal life, your job, your car, if you're constantly comparing yourself to somebody else's life, you're not living your own.
Yep.
You're not living your own. What's meant for you is meant for you. If that Benz is not meant for you, it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
Or if that person is not meant for you, that person is just not meant for you. But it's just like, find your lane. Find yourself. Everybody is an individual for a reason. Stop trying to be like what you see. I get so tired of like turning on social media and people are like, oh, goals. That's goals.
Relationship
goals. Like, and then to find out that these people are in a toxic relationship.
Like, way worse than you could ever imagine. Like,
but you're aiming. That's your goal right there. And it's just like you're too busy trying to be somebody. Somebody else is your goal. You need to be your own.
Their goal is perception, and they don't even know that.
Exactly.
You feel me? Their goal, because then when they get that and they have that, right? This is the weird flip side of the bullshit too. Because when they get that and they have that, right, and then they posting their pictures and all that other shit, they still on their phone with whoever their homegirl is. Like, nigga, yeah, but you know this nigga ain't shit. XYZ. The posts look amazing, but the backstory is the bullshit. Like the fake love and the real love. So I guess we end today on the unordinary love being the real love, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah, it's the real love.
Like the actual word.
Yeah, the real love.
How the fuck is love the simplest fucking thing next to air, right?
Right.
Be the most unordinary.
I think that's the society that we have.
Greed.
That we have built.
Greed.
And it's like, the thing about it is like love is supposed to be the most ordinary thing because that's who we are.
Fucking greed. People are greedy. You know, like and I don't mean greed like money. I just mean like emotionally greedy. Like a guy will fucking snatch your whole fucking soul from you and keep it pushing.
Oh, there's a such thing as energy vampires. That's a whole nother show that we're gonna have to get into that too.
Well, guys, thanks again. This is
Love and Bullshit,
where we spread love
and we air out the bullshit.
And we will be back next week with another episode, so make sure you tune in.
Well, thank you for joining us. My name is Sherell Rowe.
And my name is Joiyce.
Holla.
Peace.